Hello everybody, welcome back to our Real Homestory Cup. Playoffs round of 6. Glad that you're joining me again for some ZVP action between what's Elazer and Creator. We're on Oceanborn, which is the gigantic map with the kinda third base on the same level as your natural, which is kind of the defining feature of this map. Kind of feels very comfortable to just take a third here. I haven't seen people wall this big ramp off just yet. I guess it's too big. But they could wall off the third location here and then sneak up into this fourth base, right? That would be interesting. Gateway on the low ground here. So this choke is pretty tight, but there's no ramp. So you could do some Ravager Link shenaniganry. Elazer going for the standard hatch gas pool. Let's see. Creator going for a Nexus after Gateway and gas. Locking down a Cybercore, so nothing wrong here. Overlord actually chilling at the natural for quite a bit. Elazer wants to know if there's a probie in his base or if it even scouted his natural, but Creator so far not scouting at all. Playing completely blind. Whereas the Zerg player right now also playing blind-ish, but the Overlord is heading into the natural, so it will spot a couple buildings. And of course, he had these Overlords out and about on the map, so he knew a little bit more. Had a little bit more information than Creator. We see Gateway started right away and an Adept. And a Robo going down for Creator. I was about to say, usually a Stargate goes down before Gateway research starts. So maybe Elazer is already privy to this. But you never know. Maybe the Protoss just took his gas a little earlier. Third base is down. Zerglings are running around the map because Creator has not scouted. So Elazer is feeling a little itch. A little spider sense, I would say. And rightfully so. Creator not scouting at all kind of hints toward doing something cheeky. Either hitting a pretty strong timing or just having a proxy Stargate, for example, would also be really annoying as the Zerg player here. Now we see an Adept and a Stalker out. Stalker making sure that no Overlord gets into the main base to scout this super early Immortal with a Sentry. You might see some Soul Train action, actually. That would be kind of cool. 2023. We could see a Soul Train from a Creator. We of course see no third or fourth gas, and this Overlord did not head over to this space, so he doesn't know. Elazer does not know about the lack of gases so far, but he does know that there's no third base, which is a little conspicuous. Third base is down for Elazer, and he's still droning. But let's see how long he dares to drone for. We do see Twilight Console and Forge going down together with a Warp Prism being created now. So this seems like a really weird drop. If you add a couple gates, you can maybe force field the ramp with this. I don't know what he's thinking. But Creator is adding 3 more gateways. So this is kind of like a 4-gate pressure build. Second Immortals being chronoed, or at least being produced. No chrono just yet. We do see Safety Roachborn from Elazer. He droned up 2.5 bases and is now producing units. Oh my god, this Zergling actually gets into the main because this Adept was chasing another one. So Elazer kind of knowing what's up. I don't know what he scouted exactly. He saw a Forge. Maybe if he clicked, he saw a couple of gateways, but he also sees... Oh no, he sees 2 more oh my god, he sees a lot actually. He sees like 5 gateways. So I would be surprised if we see many more drones, but he's droning up to 3 bases and is taking 2 more gases. Maybe he knows what Creator usually does with this build, but I almost can't believe it. We see 4 gateways and 4 gateways more in production, so that's 8 gates, 2 immortals, third one underway. Like, there's no third base yet, no gases here. Like, this is a soul train. Am I crazy? I'm kind of expecting him to just go across the map anytime soon. Oh my god, the Lings, though. Lings get us around on the 2 immortals, get a kill on that sentry. So, even if Creator was planning an attack, he has no sentry energy to speak of anymore. 4th immortal was coming out, actually, so this is just a straight up all-in, isn't it? With 4 immortals. Yeah, 4 immortals on the map right now. Where's that last one? Oh, there it is. It's in the main. We see a bunch of Zerglings and Ravagers coming out from Elazer. Hasn't really droned up his third base. He just put everything in gas to make sure he can make enough Ravagers. And actually making a Spire here. And a Spire is a really good play. Creator can't ever hope to deal with Mutalisk with this force. Oh my god, that's so many Zerglings. Elazer just runs into the army hoping to get it done. But Creator just has mass charge lot. Only has 2 gases. So this build is mainly immortal charge lots. And this is what, like 5 immortals. 5 immortals! And here come the spine crawlers. Elazer knows that, that's a lot of dudes. I'm afraid. Ooh, nice biles. I think he killed at least a zealot there. And now Creators is on the creep. Same army supply, but I think the Creator's tech is a little higher. +1 attack as well. These Zerglings get shredded by these zealots. Queens are in the front attack as well. Spines are not done yet. Roaches are out now as well. These force fields kind of working for both sides, but this is a lot of zealots right now. We have 22 zealots trying to get it done, and oh my god, the third base is forfeit. The Queens are tanking, but this is not a lot of Ravagers. Elazer invested in so many Zerglings, and Creator just had, well, charged Zealots with +1, which kind of just owns Zerglings. So I think Creator was really on to Elazer here. Elazer tried to defend with a lot of Zerglings, and it looked really good. He was denying the third base. He got a nice surround, but even got a sentry kill. But Creator just takes it. Like, +1 attack really did a number on the Zerg forces here. And just like that, Creator takes the first game with a pretty hefty all-in play there. And if you're Elazer, damn, that's gotta feel rough. Like, he had the scouting information. He even droned up to having 3 bases saturated. And he could have just made a lot of Roaches, Ravagers, and Zerglings. But he kind of did an in-between where I feel like he wanted to defend with mass Zergling and then overwhelm with the Mutalisk. But Creator just attacked before the Mutalisk could ever get into play, and now he's also blocking the hatchery of Elazer here. That's gotta be annoying. Man, if you're Elazer, ooh, you gotta have a tough mental here. Because game 1, that was your game. You scouted it. And that's the worst. As Zerg, you're like, if I have the information, I can stop anything. I can beat anything. And I don't know what happened there. Maybe he read it differently. Maybe he was expecting that soul train that I was talking about, which does not focus on the zealots at all. And I don't think he ever saw the Twilight console. Like, we did check. He only saw gateways and a forge. Maybe, I don't think he checked the gases in the natural either, so it's just probably like a slight misread. He knew it was an all-in, but he thought it was a different type of all-in. He saw the Immortal and the Sentry, so I really feel for him. And now, he's got to fight back from this 1-0 deficit. versus Creator, who's going for a very similar opener again, except for that he now actually scouted and blocked the natural. So let's see how he proceeds from this position. Because blocking the natural, as I've said before, and I'll say it again, does open up a lot of interesting possibilities. Throws down a Stargate here and Chrono Boosts out the first Adept. Love that response. Takes a really disciplined response from the Zerg player to make sure that you don't take any damage from the first 2 Adepts and that first or second Oracle. And then if you do take damage, then that follow up with the 3 Oracle Warp Prism push or even some Robo play is just so tough to hold. Now we do see third base going down relatively early and a Creep Tumor making sure that Elazer can connect his 3 bases ASAP. But oh my god, no. Oh, the Adept actually gets the snipe on that Creep Tumor. That does feel bad. Only 2 Lings on the field right now. But luckily for Elazer, the Adept does not decide to suicide himself. Although he probably would not have killed a lot of drones there. Probably only the Zerglings. Maybe gotten a couple Spore Morphs off. How many Adepts do we have? This seems like a 3rd Adept already. First Oracle now out. Or on its way. 2 Adepts do shade out whilst the other one returns to sit in the wall. So these 2 Adepts are going out, maybe trying to snipe a couple dronies at the 3rd base. But speed is already done and we do see 6 Zerglings here. With 2 Queens at the 3rd base. So they are ready to receive any run by 2nd Creep Tumor attempt right now. Lucky for Elazer, the Oracle wasn't there to snipe it again. That would just be frustrating. We see a Void Ray. Whoa, hello? That is new. Stasis Ward trap by the Oracle here. There's only 1 Oracle and it sees this 1 Spore. Did the 2 Adepts actually commit there? Because that's the only thing I can... Yeah, okay, the 2 Adepts did commit there and got completely shrieked. So this Stasis Ward was all a diversion for those 2 Adepts to do some damage. And now we have this singular Void Ray, which is really good at keeping this 3rd base alive. These drones should have been Lings if Elazer wanted to have a chance at denying this 3rd base, but that's a tough call because we see 2 gateways already. And if he warps in a couple more Adepts, there's this 1 pylon, maybe a shield battery. Like, you're not breaking that, and then you don't have drones, and then you're omega screwed. 2nd Void Ray underway. Creator. I'm loving this Void Ray play. I really like 1, 2, preferably 3 Void Ray hit squads. Because they can deny 4th bases like this. So we do see another Oracle, 2nd Void Ray. Can even try and deny some creep. Oh, there's another. Oh. Poor Elazer. Another Creep Tumor gets killed off here. Creep Tumors over here. The Queens are doing a good job of spreading those. And kind of defending the 4th base from these air units. Oracle flies in. Actually gets a drone here. 2 drones. 3 drones. Not too bad. But, oh, and there is a layer, but it's at the 3rd base. He tricked me there. 4th base almost done. I kind of feel like this shouldn't happen. You have 2 Void Rays. There's no way that Elazer can get a 4th base unless the creep gets out. Warp Prism now flying out into the main of the Zerg. This is kind of cool. Charge is on their way again. 6 gateways, or yeah, 4 more about to finish, and he cleared out all of the airspace for this Warp Prism. 2 Archons here from this Templar Archives. Is this a pretty big commitment? I feel like he's going to fly into the main and warp in like 6 to 8 charged zealots. That's... And with 3 Void Rays as a backup, damn, Adepts in the middle of the map barely do not get caught here And the third base is safe. There's a shield battery and an oracle. You can have a million lings. And here comes the Golden Armada. War Prism deploys. And the Zealots warp in just like the Legacy of the Void cinematic. You should watch that one back. It's awesome. 2 Archons and a bunch of Charge Zealots are in the main of Elazer. And again, Elazer has Zerglings to deal with this. That does not feel good, but there's also Hydras. I like that as a response to the Void Rays. Oh, barely not getting critical mass of charge slots here, but getting decent damage done. The main is still not mining. This Archon doing a lot of damage to all these biological units and now getting to target down the drones. Oh my god, a couple more shots. 10 drones go down. That is a rough one. 60 through drones for Elazer. Bunch of queens got killed as well. And all that creator lost was his Void Rays, which, when there's Hydras in this amount out on the map, Void Rays don't do a lot anymore. You might use them to pick off like a 5th base, but that's most of the time a suicide mission. And of course I am talking out of my ass because there's another Void Ray and another Stargate. Okay. I was kind of expecting to see Storm, but we see Disruptors instead. Creator is literally building all of the tech. He already has a Robo support bay, 2 Stargates, Templar Archives, a Forge going, all off of 3 bases. Hell yeah, that's some Protoss shit right there. Meanwhile, Elazer has the hybrid base as his 5th base. And let's see what he's moving into. He's getting +2 melee with Banelings, so it's just Ling Bane Hydra right now. But Creator is getting a 4th base here. I feel like kind of for free. Like, what does he have to contest you destroying this 4th base? I guess it's super far away from the Zerg base. So, since maybe that's why he only denied this base. That would be so giga-brained by Creator, actually. If he focused on this side of the map to both deny this base as a 4th, so that Elazer isn't expanding towards him, plus to get that attack in. Like, that's a double whammy big brain move. And Creator's just making all of the good shit right now. He has Disruptors, he has Void Rays, he has Archons. Maybe we should make it Immortal just for fun. Ooh, nice Nova on the Hydras there. 2-pronged attack by Elazer here. We see Flux Veins coming out for Creator. Does he have a bet with somebody? Like, yo, watch me make some Void Rays, baby. So, the Fleet Bacon is out. So, I wouldn't be surprised to see some Carrier startup right about now. Carrier Disruptor is the most stupid-ass army composition you'll ever face. It's so annoying. Especially if there's some Storm, because then Corruptors can't save you either. And there is the first Carrier +1 air attack. Kind of signals that they want to go Carriers. Oh my god, that's a lot of Banelings, though. Big Purifying Nova does hit the Banelings there. Stasis doesn't really connect on a lot of units, and here come the Banelings into the natural. Kill a bunch of probes. Nuclear Battery does get targeted down by the Hydras and the Banelings and the Lings here. A lot of probes go down in the natural, but I think Creator holds here. He does still have a decent worker count, but the Void Rays are getting targeted down here by the Hydras. This feels really bad for the Protoss player here, and if I look at the supply of Elazer, 6th base is going down, 7th base is going down. Hydras walk into the 3rd base. What up? Hope position them in the 3rd base, and more probes do go down. Cheers if you're following along with the drinking game. That's 25 probes on the counter. And, well, I do believe in Carriers, but I don't know if you can win with Carriers if you're losing all of your probes and all of your bases. Disruptor here. Oh, no. Oh, I get sniped. It tried to follow the rally path that was set for it, but his commander betrayed him. Nice Nova on a couple Hydras here, and Hydras do not like to fight off of creep, although I think it doesn't really matter with the speed upgrade. We see 2 carriers and Creator trying to get something done here whilst reprobing his bases. Not mining from most of his geysers right now. And I think he's trying to trick Elazer into just making a bunch of Hydras and then retreating. Because I feel like that's the only type of force that he can beat. If it's just straight up Hydras, then he can beat it with Disruptors and Zealots. And of course, critical mass of carriers. But if Elazer manages to use his gas to get a Spire up, get a bunch of Corruptors then, or Vipers even, just a hive. Vipers is enough, I think. Because there's not a lot of carrier, and it's a lot of power units. Banelings going up into the 3rd base, and this is something that Elazer can do for the rest of the game. Just send in these Baneling hit squads. It's still pretty effective, even though +1/2 melee does not allow us to one-shot probes anymore. 2-shotting is enough if you've got like 17 Banelings in a run-by. And here is that Spire. Bunch of spores being thrown down at the 5th base. So Liquidus Elazer seems to be kind of gearing up for a late game here, even though he's maxed and Creator is far from maxed. He's kind of like, well, if you're gonna all-in attack me, I'll have Defender's advantage. And also, it helps with clearing the worker count, right? Like, he had like 90 plus workers. And when you're maxed and you are banking, you want to lower that count a little bit. Oh my god, nice Nova. Gets a bunch of Banelings and Lings. That feels good, but might not be worth it right now. You need really good connections. 11 probes do go down at the 4th base here. And I think if this 4th base dies, like, what do you do as Creator? You've been just rebuilding probes. And now you're losing your 4th base and very expensive units. These Archons are exposed. And that's 22 probes on the counter again. Cheers, mates. If you're drinking a stiff drink right now, then my condolences. Our Creator is moving out kind of for his last hurrah. We see 5, 6 carriers on the counter right now. 7 carriers with a bunch of gateway units, 1 lone Void Ray, and 2 Disruptors. And these Disruptors have to make all the difference. If they can get in super good hits, then maybe. But I don't have a lot of hope for Creator here. That's a lot of Zerglings, though. Zerglings, check out if there is indeed a 4th base. But nope, there's not a 4th base. This is Creator's last attempt of trying to get Elazer out of this game. But that's a lot of Zerglings, and now the Corruptors come in to right-click the carriers. And these +1 interceptors are just kind of tickling the high armor Corruptor right now. He did not manage to reach critical mass with the carriers. And now the Corruptors can even just retreat and wait for reinforcements. 8 more Corruptors underway. Giant Zergling wave in the 3rd base. And there's only 3 Corruptors or carriers remaining, and the Corruptors are just picking them off one by one. And Creator does tap out. And by shutting down that Void Ray play from Creator, which looked like a pretty neat build, nice tech heavy build from Creator on that map. But Elazer actually managed to pull it out even after that pretty painful first game and getting your natural blocked. Damn, Elazer is even just accepting the fact that it's getting blocked again. Apparently just feels comfortable doing that. And if you saw my last cast, we saw Lambo playing the Zerg pieces, and he was just consistently going for that 15 hatch without Overlord, making sure that it never got blocked, because he just didn't want to deal with that. But Elazer, he's a connoisseur. He thrives in the chaos. You merely adopted it. And we see cool, calm, and collected. Not the Dota player, but the mindset. Going for that hatch, gas, and pool. Whereas Creator is doing the same thing he's done the previous 2 games. Which is the standard Protoss opener. being annoying with this Proby boy over here. And gets down his Cybercore. Let's see what kind of tech creator is planning on getting. Because we've seen him go Stargate, and we've seen him go Robo. Now, the Robo was a bit more effective, but was also pretty fucking all in. So I'm not sure if he wants to play that again. Like, if it wins you games, of course, but this is a best of 5. You can't expect players to bring, like, a depth of strategies to a best of 5, except for when you're a Terran. When you're a Terran, you just kind of play the same shit every game. I mean, it starts off differently, but then you just get into your normal bio stuff. Once the Mativacs are out and Stim is done. Stargate underway here for Creator. And we see a Zealot here, actually. Cancels and then goes into a Stalker. That is interesting. Maybe he saw a couple lings on that probe and kind of expected some kind of attack. We'll see. We see Gateway Research again, maybe? Nah, that Gateway Research was way later. Not trying to trick Elazer here. No gas for Elazer, so committing to this third base. Going to be droning that up. Going to be making queens. And we do see one Oracle here. Interested to see what the follow-up will be. I'm expecting a second Gateway here soon, since Speed's about to finish. And let's see if he commits for multiple Oracles. It looks like it because he's rallying into his main base, so he's probably going to be pooling multiple Oracles here. And there we do see the second Oracle. 2 bases already saturated for Elazer. Hasn't quite gone back into gas just yet. So, nice and economical here for Elazer. Overlord kind of trying to sneak his way on out of there. Because one Stalker and an Oracle can make your life pretty rough, but Creator's not showing his airunits just yet. And there's 2 Oracles. Third one underway, actually, being rallied into the third base. So these 2 Oracles are going to have some fun. Whilst these 2 Adepts and the third Oracle will secure the third base. So Creator also kind of going into pretty standard macro game here. Sporecrawler at the second base, Sporecrawler in the main, no Spore at the third base. And, oh, the Oracles run into 3 queens right away. 3 more queens. Damn, these Spores are being swatted away like mosquitoes. Get out of here. Get off my creep, bro. We do see quite a decent amount of lings, 12, 13 lings here. Scouting around, that's 4 Adepts though, that's a little sus. We do see that third Oracle joining, and now we see the standard follow-up of Forged Twilight Console. Interested to see if we're going to see Blink, Charge, or very maybe Glaives, but we rarely see Glaives. He might actually just use it to get a Twilight Console again, but very uncreator-like. We don't see a Robo just yet. Usually he favors getting that faster Robo, but right now, just going into that Twilight Tech. Nice run-by, drive-by, fly-by by these Oracles. 9 drones get killed by these Oracles. That seems pretty nice. Still 2 Oracles on the field. He did lose 1 there. Blink +1 started with a bunch of gateways being added on. And now the Robo going down. Spire going down here for Elazer. That's a 3rd Spire of the series. He's really feeling the Spire versus Protoss right now, even though Creator started with a Stargate. If they don't scout it, then, of course, they can't have Phoenixes, and if they do scout it, then, of course, you can just not make Mutas. 4 Adepts shading into the... Oh, only 2 finish, and they run into the main. Do get 1, 2, 3 drones. This is a nice position. He actually targets down quite a few drones. That's 5 drones. That's pretty nice. Especially because Adepts become less and less good as the game progresses. other 2 adepts do go back to the main army though. And now we have 7 gateways, 8 gates, I think? Yeah, 8 gateways once again, and now Creator is moving out here. 3 sentries, 4 sentries, bunch of stalkers. So this is a sentry stalker push, and I feel like the second Oracle hasn't been recruited into the army just yet. It's just kind of chilling here. Maybe he just likes it against Zergling run-bys, because it could be very nice with some aggressive stasis wards here with the push, but instead electing to keep it at home. Elazer did take this 4th base with the rich geysers, and now we see a pretty big stalker attack. We do see +1 attack, nearly finishing Mutas coming out, actually. Oh my god, Elazer was in the process of building Mutas. That is not good. If you're making Mutas whilst you're being attacked, you're probably going to lose. But let's see if he can micro these Blinkstalkers. Here's the Oracle helping out with the last few Zerglings, and Elazer, oh my god, getting caught with his pants down. He was trying to really sneakily transition into that big Muta cloud and fly into the 3rd base and like be super annoying Zerg style. But Creator just too sharp and crisp. He attacks right as the Mutas hatch. Oh my god. And with a 3-base timing attack this time, Creator takes the lead in this series and is now on match point. And Elazer, damn, that's rough. You try to make it, like, do a cute move and go for Mutas, but Creator was just so sharp with his Blink Stalker Sentry attack that Elazer couldn't ward it off, and he hadn't quite scouted that. Like, it looked like a pretty normal macro opener. And you can even expect a Blinkstalker poke with those oracles, but that didn't come. Instead, Creator used those oracles to snipe a bunch of drones, do some good damage, and then he had a really sharp follow-up attack. Now think about that. If that attack was delayed for 10, 20 seconds because he missed a macro cycle, and he got a little supply blocked, missed a couple probes here and there, you know, it happens. Then suddenly those Mutas are already halfway across the map when you are moving out. And then that game looks completely different, because you saw the 3rd base, there was 1 Oracle, and that's it. There was like 8 Stalkers and 3 Sentries. Like, you can't really effectively combat those Mutas when they're already across the map. But if you're in his 4th base, forcing him to fight, then suddenly Stalker Sentry's pretty good against Mutalisk. So, just to be clear on how close that actually was, and how sharp Creator had to be with his build to achieve that landslide victory in Game 3. Now again, we see Creator going for that natural block. It's definitely meta once more to block the natural of these annoying Zerg players. And Elazer again pulling out of gas with all of his workers and starting up speed. So I feel like Liquid's Elazer is not going to be... He's not going to do anything cheeky right now. Like, if you're on the ladder, you might just kind of, you know, when your natural gets blocked again, we've all done it, you just kind of like, oh, fuck it. You just put 3 guys on gas again, start that baneling nest, run like 8 lings around, and then just chill over there. Well, we've all done it. And then you just make the Banes, you just make the Zerglings, you just run over. What's he gonna do? 3rd base is down, and Adept is scouting about for what's happening. Creator, where is your tech, my boy? Where is that tech? Because I don't see it. He has a lot of gas, so he queued it up just now. Double Stargate. Is this gonna be Phoenix? That would be pretty dope. It could be double Star Void Ray, but I don't know if you can afford that. Like, I'm putting my money on Phoenix right now. Let's see what Elazer thinks about that. His overlords aren't that far forward, so as soon as this one gets picked off, he can pull them back most likely. And we've seen that he has a tendency of making a lot of Zerglings, which is exactly what you want to do against these Phoenix counts. Just punish them for having barely any gateways and just overrunning them with Zerglings. Phoenix can't do anything to Zerglings, and Phoenix are quite expensive. And here come double Phoenix production with Chrono Boost. Let's see if he gets +1 attack for them. That would kind of tip off any Zerg that pays attention, though. If you see a gateway, but the Cybercore is still spinning, then, you know, the Zerglings could have seen it just now. Then you know there's a Stargate, or at least Stargate tech. Now, Protoss players, please do not start +1 attack whilst doing a Robo All-In or some shit. Just, you know, that would be really annoying, because we would be scouting that and being like, oh, he's going air. And then suddenly you fly in with your Warp Prism and warp in like 8 Zealots. Like, that would not be cool. So, please don't do that. Thank you. Now, look at that. That's a lot of Zerglings for Elazer. Already kind of sniffing out that something is up here. That's a lot more Zerglings than we saw in the previous game. He's just basically been making more Zerglings every game. That's kind of a funny way to play a best of 5, don't you think? Like, as a Zerg player, usually you make, like, 4lings just to scout because you're never going to deny this, and then every game you make a couple more. Damn, 4 Zealots were warped in here just to deal with these Zerglings, because Zealots are pretty effective at dealing with Zerglings. And they only cost minerals, and you don't have a lot of gas if you're going a lot of Phoenix. The Phoenix are out there, have been revealed. 5 Phoenix here, chomping up these drones, actually getting into the soft underbelly of this main base mineral line. Sporecrawler not quite in position. Even though he had 2, Overlord goes down as well. These Phoenix have been really annoying, and the 3rd base is down. That was not enough Zerglings. Or these were enough Zealots, I would say. And this is going to be a rough one. This Phoenix count is going to keep increasing, and the Overlords are going to keep dying. And, oh my god, this is just snowballing. You already see Elazer's supply blocked. He's losing a lot of drones. 11 already. The 4th base only just starting. It could be worse. Sometimes you just don't get a 4th because the drone just keeps getting caught. But this is being chilling for Creator. Even though his 3rd base is super late, the Zerg is crying right now. This is a pretty hefty queen count, though. 4 spores are done. There's nothing like overcommitting to spores versus Phoenix, because as you can see, you're going to be losing a lot of drones. So I like having these spores is on top of the drones at all times. We do see an infestation pit here. Some fungal could be good. Or maybe just wants to go straight into hive. Couple vipers. We'll see. We see a roach warren as well. And just 3 queens at a time. I feel like Elazer's just going to be camping. Just getting up all of the bases because Phoenix can't shoot down. And abuse that fact that Creator just invests a lot into units that can't kill bases. 4th base, only just getting a couple drones here, and Creator knows that Elazer is on 3 bases versus his 3 bases, so Creator is at a pretty comfortable spot. We do see a pretty nice drone explosion here, trying to saturate this 4th base, trying to get up there with all of the queens, but the creep hasn't been spread sufficiently, and a couple drones will pay the price for that. Now, the Gateway army is slowly taking shape, and we actually see Colossus here. Mamma mia, are you for real? There's a singular Colossus being built here with Thermalance. We also see Zerg or Zealot charge with +1 again, so Zerglings will be chomped. But we see roaches and a couple infestors here, so this is going to be a lot of queens with a couple roaches. I feel like Elazer is just going to be super defensive in this game, because how do you ever move out with this army? This army does not move out. War Prism underway. Let's see if these spores get rerouted in time. And we saw Neural Parasite underway. Probably... thinking about pathogen glands. We see Burrow here. And 1-1 upgrades for Elazer. Finally, 4th base has been saturated now. The 5th base is just a placeholder so far. The creep is looking pretty okay because, of course, creep goes completely uncontested. When you're against Phoenix, they can't really deny creep tumors. This Overlord is, well, trying to get himself killed. And killed he will be. Thermalant's almost done. Still only 1 Robo, making 1 Colossus at a time. I am a little confused here, but it does add up to be 2 Colossus already. 3rd one underway. We have 4 Archons and a bunch of Charge Zealots with a bunch of Phoenix. 7 Spines here underway from Elazer. He's looking at that army. He's like, I don't know how to fight against that. I'm just gonna turtle. I think we might be in for a pretty long one here. Oh, that's a lot of roaches, actually. That feels bad. Because roaches aren't that efficient right now. You kind of made an army expecting to be attacked, but the attack never really came. And now he's fighting up against this 4-base Protoss. This Protoss just has everything he wants. And here's another Spire. 4th Spire of the game. Let's see if it pays off this time. And here's the Warp Prism warping in a lot of Zealots into the main base of Elazer. And what is he gonna do? Oh my god, the Infestation Pit is being targeted down. The pool is being targeted down. They're both remade at the natural, though. Or at least one of them. Both of them. And now there's also an attack at the 4th base. The Fungal Boys are here. Namely, the Infestors. And the Roaches and the Queens are trying their best to tank it up. Does look decent here for Elazer. More reinforcing Charge Zealots come in. Oh my god, the Phoenix lift up all of the Infestors, and there's nothing to actually deal with these Phoenix hosts. Slowly but surely, these Infestors become targets for the rest of the army because now they are out of position. They're now out of energy as well. Drones have been burrowed, so if Elazer holds on, he can get those out, but actually Creator with that 1-2 punch, 1 War Prism just ended his whole career, or at least his run at the Real Homestory Cup. Elazer gets 5th and 6th place together with Showtime, and Creator moves on to face Clem. Guys, thank you all for watching once again. I hope you all enjoyed this cast. Be sure to like and subscribe. And I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.